Hello there, I've been trying to make a video for about a week now, but unfortunately, um, I've been really busy and I've also gotten a little bit sick. I have a bacterial throat infection. I'm taking, let's see, this stuff, um, a Z-Pack or whatever it's called. At first, I thought it was birth control. I was kind of I thought they switched the meds, but nope, it's an antibiotic. And plus, it doesn't really make sense to give birth control to a guy. I mean, other than some medicinal use, but I have no trouble. I have no danger of getting pregnant, so I'm very happy about that. Especially after doing extensive research on pregnancy and stuff. And I'm just gonna say I'm glad I'm not a woman. But we're getting way off topic here, because today's episode is about Twitter. Yes, Twitter. It's one of those things that not a lot of people know about. But I think it's a lot simpler than what people think. And in fact, I made a wager to myself. I am going to tell you about Twitter in 5 minutes. Ready? Go. Alright. First of all, it's a news feed. You get late breaking news directly from people and not a talking head. Like, for instance, when the Iranian election riots happened, CNN and MSNBC and Fox, all the traditional American news outlets did not do anything to report the story. They all had their previous programming. They didn't even break it. I mean, MSNBC was showing prison reruns, and Fox News was being, Fox News. So, with Twitter, it broke on Twitter, and you actually got word on the street what the heck was going on. Not Wolf Blitzer telling you what was going on, but actual people involved in the actual event. It also, Twitter uses the word of people. Even though there are celebrities on Twitter, and there are a lot of celebrities, and even though some of them might use their aid, but there's a lot of them who actually do Twitter. I mean, it's 140 characters. How hard is it to type 140 characters every so often? And so if you want to get amazing insights on, the life of a celebrity or whatnot, I mean, Twitter, go follow some celebrities. It's pretty nice. Sometimes they even respond to you. Robert Llewellyn actually responded to a comment of mine about how where I said that I didn't really believe that the owners of Facebook were right-wing neocons. We had a interesting we didn't really have a conversation. I was just more like, oh my god, Robert Llewellyn. Twitter not only is it a microblogging platform, but it's also a social networking site based on not your interests, but on your output. I mean, when you meet a person in real life, you're not gonna have a handy profile to read like, oh, this girl likes the Smurfs. I like the Smurfs. I'm gonna talk to her. You don't. Instead, it's more like, oh, hey, this girl is saying some pretty funny things. I think I like her. I'm gonna go talk to her. That's how Twitter works. It's more analog to an actual party rather than Facebook, which is where you have a profile to read with a bunch of interests and all this other stuff. So that could be either a con or a pro. I think of it as a pro because, like I say before, it's more analog to a model that we're used to. It's very easy to find new content on Twitter. In fact, you kind of use it as an RSS reader, which I actually don't. I have a Google reader that has like 23 subscriptions, and I read that a lot. But you can use Twitter as a RSS reader, and that's a perfectly valid use of it. In fact, when I went to a journalism conference 2 years ago in San Diego, that was actually that's what they proclaimed as one of the uses of Twitter that might save journalism, was to publicize your story on Twitter. Because when you post on Twitter, not only does it unless you mark it as private, it'll go to the public timeline, which anyone can read. And if you use a hashtag, this makes it very easy for people to read your stuff. Last but not least, it's also possible to popularize your own content on Twitter, which is always a good thing. Like I said before, any tweets you post goes to the public timeline. So if you own a blog, simply publicize your blog on Twitter. Be like, hey, look, this is very hard to do. Oh, there we go. Hey, look, I wrote this article. I spent 3 months writing this article. Hey, take a look at it. I think it's pretty cool. And sometimes you'll get, depending on your blog, you'll get people commenting on it from Twitter. Like, for instance, I wrote a blog post a while back about iPhone development, and I got a bunch of Mac fanboys who pretty much said I was wrong, and they were actually. I got used to it after a while, but eventually, by the end of the first step, it was very frustrating, and these people wanted to tell me how wrong I was and how obviously I was not a smart person because I have a lot of grammatical errors in my posts, and I still do, and I happily do them. So, I think we have about 25 seconds left. I think that's pretty good, actually. That's Twitter in 4 minutes and what, like 35 seconds? 45 seconds? I can't do math in my head. I'm a programmer, but, that's just one of my deficiencies, if you will. So yeah, that's pretty exciting. Well, I'm gonna go gargle my throat with some hydrochloric acid so I can kill that bacteria that's residing in my throat, because I don't like being sick. I don't like having a sore throat or stuff. I want to be well. I want to run a marathon or something. So bye.